Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Judas ASMR, and I am proud to bring you guys some Rocket League gameplay today. I say proud because this is probably one of my favorite games of all time. I think it's great for just hopping in with people to play and talk about anything and just kind of hang out and just kind of have a good time. So let's hop into some games. I personally prefer 2v2s because I think it gives each person more time with the ball. Sometimes 3v3s can feel a little chaotic for my liking, for when I'm trying to, really pull off some cool plays. Now, one thing I will tell everyone ahead of time, I am not very good at this game, okay? But I thought it would be fun to hop in and still play some regardless. I am not going to be hitting any musty flips. We already got scored on. I am not going to be hitting any musty flips, not hitting any, flip resets. We're just having some fun, you guys, while I kind of chat and talk about some random things. So I'll say that I actually just dropped my video on the PS5 Pro and the Flappy Bird announcement. And honestly, the Flappy Bird video should have been longer. I am just honestly confused at what reason they decided Flappy Bird really needed to come back. I could only imagine it was someone who saw the money signs, the dollar signs, some big company that was like, oh man, we can make a lot of money off this. Maybe we should look into this. But as I said in the video, I'm really more curious, how did they get the permission to do that? Did they get the source material from the original creator? What happened there? There we go. What happened there? I'd really love to know the backstory on that. I think it would be cool, especially with how dramatic the trailer was. Maybe if they did a little video about how it came to be, if that makes sense. How we got here to a Flappy Bird revival. Because this is crazy. We got Flappy Bird and Skinny Nikocado Avocado before GTA 6, you guys. I feel like the timeline is all messed up. We're not in the right timeline anymore. The sacred timeline is gone. There's just so much weird stuff happening this year, you guys. I'm not really a drama person, really. So I can't imagine that I'll ever get into things, like Nikocado Avocado or things that are based around specific people. But I think maybe gaming rambles might be a great place to kind of, shortly mention things like that. But yeah, that Nikocado Avocado thing was crazy. If you aren't aware of what happened with that, I advise you to check out the video. Nikocado Avocado was a overweight YouTuber who pretty much made his fame off of kind of being like a lolcow. Just a person that, oh my gosh, I suck. Just a person that made it big off of just being made fun of and making a fool out of himself. And that's his whole claim to fame, right? Having breakdowns on camera, doing mukbangs. But the thing about it is, apparently, he just recently released a video. Apparently, that was all faked. Apparently, this entire time, he had been secretly losing weight over the last 2 years. But he had recorded enough stuff to kind of hide the fact that he wasn't actually fat anymore, and he was just kind of drip releasing videos. And so the last 2 years, up till like 2 weeks ago, people still thought he was fat and overweight. And then he pops out of the blue and it's like, hey guys, check this out. I'm going to pull out a super gamer move. And he's skinny all of a sudden, like pretending to be the Joker. So super interesting stuff. Like what a experiment, just like you said, what an experiment that was. So interesting. And I'm still mad about the Minecraft movie. I did make a video over that, but it was really short, as well as I was really tired when I made it, so I did get rid of it, just because I just wasn't happy with the outturn. But so if you're checking this out, let me turn down my settings, man. I don't think my game likes that I'm running OBS at the same time. Let me put this on. Yeah, let me drop some of this, because I think my game is struggling a little bit. Performance. There we go. Let's try that. My game did not. Okay, this looks kind of ugly. This looks horrid. Never mind. Go back. Go back. That can stay on particle. This can go to quality. Okay. They scored on us twice, but it's okay. We're gonna come back. Just watch. Believe it, like Naruto says. Yeah, so this is something that I was a little worried about, is having OBS running and recording, if it would affect, my game, the game itself. And it definitely kind of does. But, I don't think it's too bad. I mean, if it is, I'm sorry. Yeah, so. Oh man, so yeah, the Nikocado avocado, that was something for sure. I'm very interested to see. I don't think it'll affect his following too much, because I do truly think that he had a really faithful fan base. And honestly, even before the skinny announcement, I remember seeing a lot of like, oh man, like, we hope that you get better. We hope that you take better care of yourself. Like, they were definitely echoing these things from the fans, right? So, I don't think it'll affect his fan base too much. But yeah, so Rocket League, oh my goodness. I've been playing this game since 2016. You probably can't tell, I know. But again, I'm not a try hard. I really just like to play. I think it's a fun game to play, like, and turn my brain off. What is this guy doing? I think it's a really fun game to just kind of like turn my brain off and enjoy playing, right? So I think it would be so good for kind of like more rambles and things like that. As well as like, I'm changing the settings again, ignore me. But do not worry, you guys. There still will be some dark screen. That's what I was trying to say. There still will be some dark screen, so be on the lookout for that. Do not worry, it is coming. It is coming for sure. Messing with this stuff one more time. I can leave that the same. Mess with that. We'll see. We'll see how that does. But anyways, yeah, I kind of wanted to use this format as just like a ramble format. I guess it can go into like gaming rambles, maybe. That could be something, right? Like, I'm trying to think of a cool title, because I already have the nightly rambles that I do for the black screen videos. So I have to come up with a cool name that'll fit. I think gaming ramble works, but I also want to put Rocket League in the title too, because I know that some people, there's a diehard fan base for Rocket League. Who knows? We'll figure it out. Once I get done with this video, I'll jump into the lab real quick and throw some stuff at the wall, see what sticks. Speaking of ASMR, I guess I could use this opportunity to kind of tell you, what am I talking about? To kind of tell you guys about me a little bit. So what made me want to start an ASMR channel? I kind of grew up watching ASMR. Some of my favorites being GB, Scottish Murmurs, Frivolous Fox, and there. I wish I could remember her name, but there was one that was more of like a very ASMR Darling. ASMR Darling was like one of my faves. She was one of like the OGs, one of the first people I started watching. And ASMR Darling is such a treasure. I honestly think that some things just got busy in her life, and so she decided to focus on that, because one day she just kind of disappeared, and then she came back, but then she wasn't really releasing videos as much, and it was like a whole thing, right? So I'm not really sure exactly what happened there. I just know, I'm assuming something happened, got busy in her life. And yeah, so I always thought the ASMR format was really fun. And weird thing, growing up, I was always told something very specific, okay? Something that I hear from complete strangers all the time. And I constantly have people talk about or mention thinking that they like my voice. And so because of that, I think I was sitting around one day, and it's so easy to start a YouTube channel these days. I was just like, man, should I just start an ASMR channel? So I started my first few videos that were all really bad because I was using a Logitech headset used for like meetings as how I would record. So I did that for a few videos, and then got around to picking up a AT2020 USB from someone on Facebook Marketplace for like a really good price. Then I got OBS, where I use some of my voice filters for. It kind of helps with the quality of my voice. And I bought Wondershare, the yearly subscription. It was about $70. So to get to where I am now, I'm only down about, if you were to buy the mic that I have brand new, it would cost you maybe $115. If you were to get, what else? If you were to get Wondershare, about $70 for a lifetime subscription for editing. And OBS is free. It's a great recording software. A lot of people use it to stream. And oh man, yeah, so only down about $200, maybe a little less to really get. Okay, well, I'm forgetting something. So I already had a gaming laptop because I'm in the military, for some who may not know, and I decided to get a gaming laptop overseas because there was nothing to do. It's just sitting in the desert all day. And so I said, hey, let me get like a gaming PC. That'll be cool to play games on. And so yes, theoretically you would need some type of PC that can run gaming stuff if you want to do gaming stuff. But if you don't want to do gaming stuff, you can just get a regular laptop that can, run editing software pretty well and start your journey. OBS, you can record screens. It takes a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get it, it's not too bad to mess with and learn. I think it's fairly easy. If you're thinking of an editing software, Wondershare, $70 for lifetime. It's super simple in my opinion. I was able to hop into it and understand it for the most part. Let's see what this guy does. Yeah, absolutely not. I was able to hop into it for the most part and, not struggle too much with it. There are some that are better objectively, but if you want simplicity, Wondershare is going to be your best bet. I'm not sponsored by Wondershare, but they've legitimately just been a really easy one for me. He was really trying to not my teammate, but the enemy was really not trying to let me. Look at him touching my butt. He was really trying to not let me have that, but it's okay. It went in anyways with the power of friendship with me and my homie. But yeah, so if you add in a decent laptop for non-gaming, that can run you maybe $300-400 if you wait till like Black Friday. If you want like a gaming laptop, you're going to be closer to the 800 to 1,000 range. So yeah, I feel like I dropped the FPS down to 90. So normally when I'm not gaming, I can run at a very smooth 120. But having OBS recording me in the background was like messing with my game a little bit. So we dropped that down to a better amount. So I think we're good there. I think for recording purposes, drop that baby down to about 90 and we're living like Larry. Man, this is a yap session. I feel like I have been all over the place. I am sorry. I work a job that I work an office job, and so there's a lot of just kind of sitting at a desk and doing work. And honestly, I'm 25 years old. I grew up working the factory jobs because they were what paid the best. You don't need a degree. And honestly, I know a lot of people are all about the down with the office job, but I don't think it's the office job itself. I think it's the not community, but like the mindset around typical. I'd let that go right over my head. The mindset around the typical like job world and how it's set up. I think that's what the issue is. Because for instance, at my office job, I get one work from home day a week. I get every other Monday off. Everyone in the building is really nice. Everyone is really friendly. We like to talk to each other. It's just a really great environment. And the schedule, not being a 5 days every single week. There's just so many things that I think I gotta lock in. Oh my God, I'm yapping too much. There's so many things that I think can make an office job not so bad. So I don't think it's office jobs. I think it's the 5-day work week. I think it's jobs not wanting to let us work from home. I think it's bad environments, toxic job environments. I think that's the problem, because as someone who worked a lot of warehouse jobs, I am so happy to be able to not be running around a hot warehouse all day. It feels like the right next step for me. It was fun while it lasted. It paid well, but I think just for the sake of my body not falling apart at the age of 30, I think it was time for me to get out of warehouses. So I don't mind it. And to be honest, for anybody who's wondering, I truly don't expect this YouTube thing to do much. I think it's just such an oversaturated market that I would be very surprised if anything came out of this, and not in a like sad way, but just I started this channel because I thought it would be fun. I work, like I said, I don't get to talk to people much, and so I wanted a creative way to kind of have an outlet and do something that feels like a net positive, like a net beneficial thing for myself. So I said, like let's do ASMR and yap on the internet. Let's be a nerdy commentator YouTuber who does everything in an ASMR style. It felt like like a fun thing to do. So more from the mindset that it just seems like it might be fun, and so far, honestly, it has been. I've been having a lot of fun just having a way to talk about things that interest me, or being able to share stories with you guys with more of these rambles. So I've been digging it. So yeah, I mean, I thank the few of you that have been tuning in and watching and making this not feel like it's all for naught. Because just having a few of you guys watching and knowing that somebody's interested in this weird content YouTube stuff I'm doing definitely is what makes it fun and what keeps it going. So thank you to you few individuals. I see you commenting. Ben Sodi. I think it's Ben Sodi. He might not even watch these videos, but that's okay. I know he really likes the coffee talk videos, which Ben Sodi, if you are watching this, I do plan to honestly probably just finish that game on the channel. I kind of started like in the middle of it, but I wouldn't mind finishing it. As well as anybody else. Coffee Talk is kind of like a visual novel, interesting type of game about a world where, like, succubus and werewolves and vampires all live. They kind of coexist, and what that type of world would look like. And you run a coffee shop where you're a barista, and all these different people come into the shop with their own unique stories and backgrounds, and you just serve them coffee and hear about their cool stories and experiences. There's a lot of cool things in that game. So if you like stuff like that, I definitely recommend you check it out. As well as, like I said, I plan to just go ahead and finish it on the channel. I started kind of like in the middle of it, but like we'll finish it out. As well as I'd love to do more like visual novels, because I think it works really well for the ASMR format. So yeah, I've been talking a mile a minute. Can you tell how much I don't get out? Can you tell how much I don't really talk to people much? Hold on, I'm feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Never mind. Forget I said anything. I missed. I was taking my pizza out of the oven. That's why I missed. Anyways, but yeah, so definitely more rambles, more yapping incoming, more coffee talk coming for the guys who want more of that. And if you have been watching Coffee Talk, keep in mind the two characters that you see are just very much like just two specific people, but there are tons of people that come into the coffee shop. It's just that day kind of revolved around those two individuals. So be on the lookout, like I said, for more Coffee Talk. You'll get to see a lot more different individuals. There's like a werewolf, there's a vampire, there's a succubus that's dating an elf. There's a lot of really cool stuff, and I don't think I'm very far in that game. So hopefully you guys get to see everybody and kind of learn some of the relationships of that. PS5 Pro, not gonna buy it. It seems like a waste. Just kind of talking about some of the recent videos I did. But yeah, I mean, I had a really good time kind of, checking in with you guys and, talking with you guys and rambling. So thank you all very much. And I hope all of you have a good rest of your day. This has been Judas ASMR.